a mascot born of a playoff tradition, welcomes us with open arms to Detroit, home of the original 6 Red Wings. Hi, everyone, along with Eddie Olczyk, and you'll hear and see Ray Ferraro in just a moment. And I'm Mike Emmerich, and we are tonight seeing a team that is on a bit of a downside. They have not been able to win consistently lately. Take us inside that locker room. What's it like?
Well, you got to try to find some confidence, Doc, right now, because you are shaken. The pressure is on you. Your fans are on you. The media is on you. Your coach is probably all over you. But I think more than anything else, it's a mindset. Let's not really try to worry about winning the game, because that is the end result, and we know that. But let's win the first period and see where we are after the first period of play.
The Avs find themselves on a losing streak as of late, but they have been doing some good things. It's just a matter of time before they are rewarded for all their hard work. Maybe it's tonight.
And now we turn to the last lines of defense, the goalies. This will be his first start of the season, and, of course, getting a chance to start things positively with victory number 1. Hopefully his team will give him more support than they did last time, and I'm sure that the coach has spoken with him about bouncing back, because it was a decisive loss. McKinnon's out there for the start. They know he can establish their style early. And so what the fans anticipate now unfolds, the old matchup, some old players, and some are new to it.
Detroit's hard work in their last game paid off as they added another plus to the win column. Stick to the plan tonight and you will be rewarded.
Let's go down near the ice for Ray.
Pretty easy to tell from my spot, guys, that this is going to be a physical game start to finish. These guys haven't liked each other for a long time. Certainly not going to change in the next 60 minutes.
Many thanks, Ray. Terrific determination by Landeskog. Quick wrister. Flexed out that pad and got it. And the referee's whistle has stopped.
The Red Wings need to acknowledge their goaltender after one of the better saves you will ever see. Somebody get this guy a steak.
Just under 4 minutes played here in the first. Neither goalie has made any mistakes so far. The Avs prevail again. Shoots one and a save. Slid to Nyquist. Directing that one to Mantha. Laid on to DeKeyser. Stays along the boards. Chip to DeKeyser. Gives it to the point. Throws it in front. To the point to Green. Threatening an attack. Sends it back the other way. Looks to make a play. Pulls the trigger. Oh, what a save that was. Slides it to DeKeyser. Hatchets it. Oh, and blocked away. Great save. Kicked away to DeKeyser.
The Red Wings are looking to build off of this shift.
Great takeaway. Puck sails over the glass, and we get the whistle. Colorado's come up big on another faceoff. Has that pass off the boards. Right in front. He scores. He's come up strong here for his team, ending a scoreless game.
There was a feeling out process until that first goal of the game.
Colorado's won that faceoff. They have it. Looking from the corner. Nice tip of the pass. Puck is thrown to Daly. Detroit's continuing on up the wing. Slides it to the point. On to Zetterberg.
Score!
And the game is even.
It's felt at various times like one team or the other would have a little bit of the upper hand. Doesn't matter anymore. We're back to 0-0.
The Avs control at center ice. Now it's directed to Wilson. Intercepted that one at an important place. Breakaway.
Score!
2 straight goals.
Always dangerous. You have to stay aggressive and play in the other end.
Detroit's ahead by 1 goal here in the first period. A lot of time still left to play, but getting one and breaking the tie was huge. Face-off win, and now what will they do with it? Got that pass near the blue line and now looks ahead. Puck grab, what's next? A shot.
Score!
He's got his second.
Helms' quick hands allowed him to snap that one up and score the goal.
Everybody loves those, the ones where the water bottle's just about to get shaken. That's a perfect shot right in the top of the net.
The Red Wings win the draw. What's next? Little pass that can start some progress ahead. Takes that pass. Fires. Wonderful stop. Around the 20th minute of this period. Puck still in the zone. Forks it to Eriksson. Point to point. Slaps it. Well done with that.
Score!
And that is a milestone. His 100th goal.
This player's proven again that he can score at this level. That's 100 goals in his career.
That's a crucial goal, guys. You score that late in the period, you have momentum going into the locker room.
The Wings control from the neutral zone. Shoots it on. Oh, and he missed the net.
That's a good scoring chance. He's trying to be too fine, trying to pick the corner. Sometimes you just got to shoot it at the middle of the net.
First period has been completed. And so, intermission activities are forthcoming, but the players get a breather. As we look at the shots on goal, it's hard to imagine there really were two teams in this game. It's lopsided. 11 for Detroit and 3 for the Avalanche. Varlamov's had days when he's been spectacular, but this is not one of those. An example there as intermission begins. First period has been played. Second period about to start. A look ahead.
Colorado's lucky to still be in this game after the first period. They had turnover after turnover. I'm sure the coaches addressed that problem in the intermission.
To the point it comes. Big drive! He was standing in the lane and got some of it.
Larkin's nicked up here, but he can't get off the ice. He's going to have to wobble around and finish this shift.
Got it at the point. Quick wrist shot. Stood up there and blocked that shot. Pass cut. The Avs are skating it up in neutral ice. Tries to get it on net.
Detroit's really taken the air out of the game defensively, Doc. Their goaltender hasn't had much to do, but he stopped the shots that he's had to.
And angled to Green. Oh, the pass says that it worked. Is able to move on in. Cut that pass in his own end. In front.
Oh!
And he's on and stops play.
Larkin's displayed some courage after being banged up earlier in the shift. He still gets himself into the shooting lane to block the shot.
Colorado's got a face-off win. Oh, what a job done there to keep the pressure on. Good key. Gives it over to the point. Propelled to Daly. Oh, knocked it away.
Cole's nicked up here. Guys, he's going to have to finish this shift. They're stuck in their own zone.
Save. And And that whistle will give them relief for the moment.
Varlamov's seen enough. He does the right thing, freezes the puck. Play stops.
Cole's laid it all out on the line. He was injured earlier in the shift, still had enough jam to get out and block the shot.
Detroit's got another win. He's got that point pass. Stole that pass away in his own end. Gathered up by Daly. The Wings in control of the puck through the neutral zone. Looking to make something happen from behind. Just a backhand. That's a good save and goal. They're going to have to come up with something better than that.
McKinnon's scoreless streak's reaching epic proportions here, and you can see it on his face. He's wearing this donut really heavily. He doesn't feel like he's been contributing to his team because nothing gets on the board.
They took that draw and won it. Muscled long to Daly. He's one. Oh, he got that. And he holds on, and the whistle stops the play.
Goalies have to make a half a dozen great stops in a win. This is one on a beautiful move, but there is nowhere for the puck to go.
Just over 6 minutes still to play in this period. A 3-goal edge. On the big board, it says 4-1. Lets a shot go. That's a great glove save. Nice work by Applicator. Great defensive play with the stick. Pass attempt to Calvin. Takes it in from the neutral zone. Good shooting place. They score! They only trail by a pair.
Yeah.
The key to this goal is the quickness of his release. It gives him the advantage on this play. The puck gets past the goaltender in a hurry.
The goalie's in perfect position here, just not perfect enough. This is a really accurate shot.
The Avs have worked this back to a 2-goal deficit. Now let's see if they can make it 1 before the end of the period number 2. Detroit's taking that neutral zone face-off. Moving it to Jokinen. Points it. Rister got a piece of that one. Pass to the slot. And still another save. What a show. The Avs with a face-off win. Colorado's carrying it through center. Shoots one. Got his pad on that one. And freezes play for the whistle. Colorado's got it again. That puck was obstructed by a screen.
Glendening Daly, but he can't get off the ice. He's going to have to try and finish the shift.
With a shot. A brilliant save at the horn. We've played 2 periods here of a 3-period game. The best part of the day is coming up. You decide what these shot totals tell you. 17 for the Red Wings and 6 for Colorado. The Avs are getting a tremendous performance in goal tonight, even though offensively they haven't been strong. He's kept them in here, and here's one example. We'll return after these words. Third period about to begin. The rear view mirror will help us with the first 2, and so will Edson.
Colorado is a bounce away from getting right back in this game. One area of concern has been their time of possession. They have not had the puck a lot in this game.
Third period has begun. Ray Ferraro is closest to the action. Eddie Olczyk is up here alongside yours truly, Mike Emmerich. Scooped up by Johnson. Nicely received at the point. Skilled play by DeKaiser. Snapping a pass to Mantha. Detroit's along the wing at center ice. Lets it go. Oh, a close call there.
You've got to make the goalie make the save. Can't do that unless the puck is on the net.
Leads that charge into the zone. Shoots one. Oh, stick save. Puck covered. Whistle blown.
You can't deliver the puck much better than that, but the goalie said no chance. That's an excellent save.
Colorado's quick on the draw.
Score!
His very first goal this year.
He's had his chances and finally catches in for Louisville 1.
His mindset's pretty easy. Grip it and rip it. What a slap shot.
I don't know how he could be in much better position, Eddie. I got a clean look at this. That is a perfectly placed shot.
Colorado's done well fighting back into this game. They've cut the lead in half, and there's still time to get it even. It's a face-off win. May not seem important in that territory, but they have possession. Pass cut. Brings it in for an attack. Slid to DeKaiser. And off target with that one.
Well, that was a pretty brutal shot. He missed the net by 15 feet. He's better than that.
Back in his defensive end to get it. Looking to Mantha.
Helm's likely to score again. He's been all over the ice and the score sheet here this evening.
Wonderful block. Colorado's handling the puck at center. Carries it on in from center. Shoot. Got that. Tremendous scoring chance. Has that one measured in his own end.
Well, there's been no shortage of goals here tonight as this one winds down. We've seen some pretty terrific goals.
Oh, what a save by Berlama.
There's been a big number on the board, it seems, almost since the early part of the first period.
And here again is Ray.
Helm's had an almost perfect night. Prominent since the puck has been dropped the very first time. 3 goals in any night means you've had an almost perfect game.
Ray, he's certainly one of the 3 stars in my book. Just under 8 minutes remaining here in the period. They have scored, and so maybe there's momentum here. Defensive zone win. The Avs ready in attack back in the defensive zone. Intercepts that pass on the attack. Has that point pass as well. Shot. Great point blank save.
The shooter thought he had a chance, but the goaltender robs him. What a stop.
To Daly. Out to the point with it now. To Abdelkader. Throws it to Daly. In front to the point. Pitch to Cronwall. Lifts it.
Go.
With a pass. Down low to Helm. Presses that attack. Smart recovery by Helm. Down low to Cronwall. And he gets it back. Snaps it to Abdelkader. To Daly. Pressure now. Right to the point. Scorches one. He's got it in those pads and a whistle. There's one more game left on this long homestand. We hope you'll be here to enjoy it. And if not, Ray, Eddie, and I will be here to bring you all the action. Big face-off win here. Let's see what happens. Goes on and hits that whistle. There is a game plan for this if you win it. If you win it, you've got a chance. Otherwise, no luck. Let's see. Twist one. Not through.
Oh.
What a stop.
The shooter shaking his head. Great save.
Puts one on. Score! And that has tied the game.
Gosh darn it.
You get the lead, you want to pin the lead down. You want to give yourself the opportunity to spread the lead out. But they don't. They give up the tying goal. And now we're back to even.
Landeskog's tied this game up late. Does he have another in him? Maybe now? Maybe overtime? Colorado's collected another victory on the faceoff. And he dumps it in. Trying to go to Vanek. In with it now. Close in play.
Score!
It's a goal.
The look on his coach's face was priceless. He had to be the most surprised guy in the building. His player just turned around and fired this into his own net. I don't think this is going to be a happy coach when the player gets back to the bench.
Detroit's broken the tie here in the third period. Let's see what happens before time expires. The Red Wings with a win at center. Many yards gained to Erickson. Nearly grazed the iron on that.
There's not really much place to go with the shot. He's trying to be perfect. He misses, and the puck rings around the boards.
Detroit's winging it at neutral ice. Pitching it to Jost. A giveaway.
Detroit's forced another turnover in this very close game.
A special moment. First win in his very first game.
This was his first game at this level, so you know the adrenaline and raw emotion played a factor. But that's not to take anything away from this moment.
The Wings raise their sticks to salute the fans from center ice. A wonderful hockey tradition. Terrific contest. Two teams gave their very best. See you next time.
which gave birth to a team which brought 4 consecutive cups home to these fans of the New York Islanders.
Hi, everyone. He's Eddie Olczyk. Ray Ferraro will be coming along in just a moment, and I'm Mike Emmerich, and here we are again. It's back-to-back games, and so there hasn't been much time to rest. As a coach, how do you manage everything?
Well, it's very important that you use all 4 lines. You use your complement of 6 defensemen. I think it's also up to the players as well, Doc. They have short shifts. You can't get caught out there for a minute and a half or 2 minutes. You got to make sure you have discipline in your game, but that'll be a real key in the outcome of this game.
The Red Wings are a veteran club, and they have been in these situations before many a times. There are no excuses. Everybody's got back-to-backs on their schedule. These second games and back-to-backs are difficult, but you got to gut it out and find a way to win this game.
And now we turn to the last lines of defense, the goalies.
Hopefully his team will give him more support than they did last time, and I'm sure that the coach has spoken with him about bouncing back because it was a decisive loss.
Hasic's the other Union representative from the goalies for the Red Wings.
And they are ready for the opening face-off, and so are we.
Detroit's got the puck, and they get to make the first play.
Reads the play and keeps it.
Pass attempt to Barzell. Shoot. Wonderful stop.
Thoughts now from Ray Ferraro.
Leonard's play this season has been so consistent. He's got an excellent win-loss record. He doesn't give up the bad goal when it's a crippling time for a team. He makes the big save when he has to. And as a result, the penalty killing's been really good. And they have enough confidence to be aggressive offensively to put enough numbers up on the board.
Okay, Ray, thank you. Laid on to DeKaiser. The shot is off.
Well, that's a good scoring chance. He's trying to be too fine, trying to pick the corner. Sometimes you've just got to shoot it at the middle of the net.
Over 3 minutes played here in the first. Still nothing on the score sheet yet. Nice face-off work. Slid to Boychuk.
The Islanders are driving it from the wing. That move not too slick there.
The stick can break up a play, and it just did.
Crosses that line.
Propelled to Green. Chip to Nyquist.
Sends to the point.
Fires. Oh, and left away. Need to get rid of it.
Threatening an attack. Sideboard play forming.
Into the corner. Slides it to Centerberg. On back to DeKaiser. Snaps it to Nyquist.
Score!
They'll certainly have more energy. They've got their game's first score, and now they can play from in front.
Some shots, only one goal.
A lot of opportunities. Love the mindset of getting pucks and people to the net.
New York's won that faceoff in the neutral zone. Has a chance to make a play through the corner. Forcing attention in deep. Nice play with the stick. Nothing more will come. Nice work by Nicholas Cromwell. Got it in his own end.
That puck still inside.
Terrific determination by Shokola. And he dumps it in. Gathered up again by Cromwell. Passing one off now to Berg. And he steps in. Shoots one.
A textbook stick save.
New York's got a face-off win. The Islanders have control of the puck in their own end.
Over the glass, and the fans scramble for it, and we get the whistle.
The Wings with a center ice face-off win. He's able to move on. He's in the point. He's got it. Muscles long to Erickson. Chooses the corner. On to Pavilier.
Score!
This one is tied.
Oh, that was a critical goal. Now the game is tied, and we'll see who can get the upper hand in the next few minutes.
And they won the neutral zone face-off. You win that, and you don't have to chase. They chase you.
That puck tipped into the bench area. They can't play it there.
Wouldn't it be something if it would?
It's always cool to see somebody so excited to get a game puck. The trick is trying to get it away from the adults so the kids can have it.
New York's come up big on another faceoff. Brings it in for an attack.
Well, you knew this goal was going to be huge. This game has been tied and hard fought.
New York's ahead by 1 goal here in the first period. A lot of time still left to play, but getting one and breaking the tie was huge. The first period has come to a close, and we do have a score. It's a close game after 1. You'd expect that from these two. The Islanders own a 1-goal lead. Komarov's goal came late in the period, and that has meant the difference so far. Intermission is here.
About your mom. For an old crusty woman, she sure makes a moist, chewy brownie.
I think I chose her house first because she's so fun to be around.
Look, man, you're welcome to stay here, but eventually you and Molly gonna have to talk this thing out.
Yeah, I know.
See, communication is the glue that holds a relationship together. That and staying out of the bathroom when she shaves her legs or makes a boom boom.
Michael, please tell me you're not trusting the delicate machinations of your relationship to this talking donkey.
Excuse me. I'm in a committed relationship now. I think I have some valuable insight into the male-female dynamic.
Boy, just because you got a ride on the lucky bus don't mean you should be teaching other people how to drive.
I'm gonna get some milk.
Well, use a glass this time, because if I hear that milk jug crinkle from you sucking on it, I'm going Buster Douglas on the side of your head.
Thanks for letting me stay here tonight, Nana.
Oh, you're welcome here anytime, Michael. But I hate to think of that pretty little girl of yours.
Usually donate, but nobody is going to want these. Yeah, dude, move on.
Whoa, babe, are you okay? I'm gonna have to charge you for that flower.
We need a new plan.
Can Bryant keep hope afloat with his one-on-one dingy date with Karen, or will it be man overboard?
Dingy date.
Hey, Daddy. Can you help me? My satellite was messed up again. I tried doing it myself, but I messed up. I unplugged the wrong one. I unplugged the HDMI one. I did. Thank you. When's the boy coming, Mama?
or more to WCMU, you'll receive the WCMU member card for
dinner bell to get the family home.
You're never going to use this anyway.
Choose any two or more like red twist, specialty chicken, pizza, or salads for only $5.99 each.
There has seriously never been a better time to try our Sprint network.
Because right now, you can get unlimited for just $24 per month per line for 5 lines. It includes Hulu and a mobile hotspot.
We need to shout this deal from the rooftops.
Yeah.
Sprint.
Unlimited plan, best deal ever.
And it's all on a network built for unlimited.
Switch to Sprint's Unlimited for just $390.
The demands are greater. The expectations, truck, even more capable. With legendary Hemi and proven Cummins power.
Oh, try new Maple Cheerios.
I've got to tell you something. With the
How'd you get in here?
Ross check.
Nice.
What's in your wallet? Come on!
You didn't help your case by accidentally erasing your mailbox.
Oh my God, just drop it.
No,
Drop it. Not, no.
I'll see you guys later. I'm going to Abby's. Bye, honey. Have fun.
Have fun, you. With Abby. We've confirmed Abby's a real person and a female.
Yes, sweetie, we met her.
Honey, we can't treat Haley differently just because we both know what we know about her.
I know. I just need time. So Dylan told you? Why didn't he tell me? I used to share everything.
You're upset about a lot of things.
Okay, I won't obsess over it. I just want to ask you one thing. How long have you known?
3 months.
So this giant thing happened to our firstborn, and you kept me in the dark about it for 3 whole months?
I'm sorry. I just wasn't sure how you were going.
Thank you.
To SmackDown Live. Oh, new word! Don't you dare be sour! Clap for your world-famous 5-time champs and feel the power! It's a new day. Yes, it is. Gentlemen, my...
Thrilled here in front of the WWE Universe, but let's take you back to what happened last week on the 1000th episode of SmackDown Live. A tag team title opportunity for the Bar. Had so much trouble with the New Day, but it was the Big Show, the Giant, who would make his presence felt at ringside.
The unexpected arrival of the world's largest athlete would shock the WWE Universe, but no one more than Kofi Kingston, who would be unceremoniously deposited.
If any.
Charles Capewell is returning home to Perth, Australia with his 2 boys, Chaz and Stephen.
Ready, settle down, lads. What, do you want to sleep here? All right.
It was a good flight. It was going well. Leaving London, it was great. And we were all eager to go home. The 2 boys were eager to get back to Mum. I thought, well, we'll be home in 3 hours, Perth. They'll be back and we'll get in a taxi and we'll be home. While many of the passengers traveling for almost a day, the crew is fresh. They took control of the last stopover in Kuala Lumpur. Captain Eric Moody got his first taste of flying at the age of 16 when he took a gliding lesson. He was one of the first ever trained on the 747.
Roger, check with Jakarta.
Jakarta Control, Speedbird 9 over Halim at level 370.
Speedbird 9, Roger.
First Officer Roger Greaves has been a co-pilot for more than 6 years. Barry Townley Freeman has been a flight engineer on these aircraft for just a little longer.
I've not flown with Eric before, or Barry, and that was the first time we'd actually met on that flight.
As the jet flies over the city of Jakarta, it's cruising at more than 36,000 feet and has been in the air for an hour and a half. Captain Moody checks his weather radar. It shows smooth sailing for the next 300 miles.
All right, Roger, it's all clear. Just keep your eyes open. I'll be back in a moment. Just got to use the loo.
Back in the cabin, many of the passengers have fallen asleep. While Charles Capewell and his sons doze, an ominous haze appears above their heads. It's still legal to smoke on passenger jets in 1982. For the cabin crew, though, the smoke seems thicker than normal.
There's a lot of smoke out there.
They begin to worry that a small fire may be smoldering somewhere on the plane.
Maybe someone lit up in the toilet. Go see if we can find it.
A fire at 36,000 feet is a terrifying prospect. If there is a blaze somewhere, the crew must find it immediately. In the cockpit, the flight takes an unsettling turn.
Barry and I were just sitting there minding the shop. Pitch dark night, of course. And then we started to get these pinpricks of light on the windscreen.
See, no one's fire? I don't think so. It's not moving the way.
St. Fire is a natural phenomenon that's sometimes seen when planes fly through highly charged thunderclouds. But there aren't supposed to be any thunderclouds tonight.
Anything on the radar? No. No, it's clear. I don't like the look of this.
With the help of their landing lights, the two men are disturbed to see a thin layer of cloud surrounding their plane, even though nothing is showing up on their radar.
But at 37,000 feet, the normal thing you would anticipate would be high cirrus, which is just a thin layer of cloud.
I think we better get the captain back up here.
I was reading my book, and there was a slight flick of turbulence, just a slight flick, and I glanced over to the left, where I had a clear view of the port wing, and to my surprise, it was covered in a brilliant white shimmering light, which seemed to be clinging to the wing of the aircraft. I carried on reading, but I found that I kept reading the same paragraph over and over again and not thinking in a word of it. I just didn't know what was happening.
In the cabin, the smoke begins to thicken. Stewards have been unable to figure out where it's coming from. If there's a fire, they can't find it.
All right, well, go see that the passengers are coming.
Smell anything odd, no? Seems rather smoky in here. I noticed that thick smoke was pouring into the cabin through the vents above the windows. And that was a very sobering sight.
Go.
Turkish cigarette.
It smelled like a sort of sulfuric electrical smell.
And I went on that flight deck expecting to hear that we had some electrical smoke somewhere on the aircraft. But nothing was further from the truth.
When did it start? Well, just after you stepped out. Anything on radar? No, it's clear, not a cloud. Oh my lord, look at engine 4. It's lit up somehow. Captain, have a look at number 1. It's the same on my side.
None of the crew had ever seen anything like this before, but the light show is just the beginning. Their bizarre flight is about to take a terrifying turn for the worse.
If it feels like you live in the bathroom with recurring constipation and belly pain, talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Yes, Linzess treats adults with IBS with constipation or chronic constipation. Linzess can help relieve your belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Linzess is not a laxative. It helps you get ahead of your recurring constipation. Do not give Linzess to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. So say yes to help for recurring constipation, yes to help for belly pain. Talk to your doctor and say yes, Linzess.
Volkswagen Atlas. Seat 7, sleep 6. Life's as big as you make it.
Why did you book this on your vacation in Canada? I don't have time to get the person experience it, and I can teach them 14 different hotel rooms, so I get the register for every member of my family. Like a double team for my cousins who love their warm tropical cookies, a homeward treat for my uncle who loves a long stay, a Hampton for my sister and her kids,
A lot of syrup.
and the Waldorf Astoria Beverly Hills for me. But I thought your family vacation was in Miami. It is. I hear they're having a great time. Book at Hilton.com and get the Hilton price match guarantee. If you find a lower rate, we match it and give you 25% off that stay.
I believe together we can make America great again.
It was the scandal that rocked the nation.
Clinton denied having the affair.
Unleashed a media frenzy.
He is lying.
Monica, I am not perjuring myself for you.
And changed American politics forever.
I have no choice but to impeach this president.
No one is above the law.
Relive history as it happened.
The president swore that he would say the whole truth.
I did not have
The Lost Tapes, Clinton Impeachment, Monday at 9 on Smithsonian Channel. Strange lights are striking the windshield of a British Airways passenger jet heading to Perth, Australia. At the same time, the plane's engines are lit by a brilliant white glow.
Look at engine 4. It's lit up somehow.
This light show, if you like, had become more intense. In fact, we ended up sitting there with 2 sheets of brilliant white light in front of us in place of the windscreens.
Inside the cabin, smoke has been growing thicker. Chief Steward Graham Skinner has been organizing an intense but quiet search for fire.
What's with all the smoke? There was smoke in the cabin. It got really, really hot. You were perspiring, literally drenched in perspiration. The acrid smoke was at the back of your throat, up your nose, in your eyes, and you're rubbing this, and your eyes were running, and it was not a very nice situation at all.
Flight engineer Barry Tumley Freeman has been checking his instruments carefully. He smelled the smoke, but so far has no indication that there's a fire in any of the plane's systems.
Can't find anything.
With one mystery confronting them, they are suddenly faced with a frightening new situation.
the whole of the wing was a sheet of light. Oh, we've got a cloud gap to serve. We don't know what's that.
Cheers. Sit down. Good morning.
Then I realised that, you know, something was dramatically wrong.
There were huge flames coming out of the back of the engines, 20, some people said 40 feet long. These huge jets of sheer flame shooting out of the back of all the engines. Is it going to penetrate from the outside of the aircraft? Is it going to come into the cabin? Are we going to burn to death? Are we going to choke to death on the smoke? What's going to happen? What's causing it? What are they going to do about it?
As the fire engulfs the engines, one of them revs loudly and flames out.
Engine failure. Number 4. Fire action. Number 4.
Check lid powering gear.
Set.
Thrust lever.
Closed.
Start lever.
Off.
Once one engine fails, you call for the drill to shut that one down. You have drills for certain things so that you don't fly together as a crew forever. You can fly with different people then, and you can standardize the operations.
The instruments do not indicate a fire in the plane, but the passengers can see flames erupting from the engines and stretching down the length of the 747.
I could not see the engines from where I was sitting. I could only see the space behind them. But there was enough glow in that space to convince me that the aircraft was really seriously on fire.
We were in trouble. They knew that, as long as they were, they knew we were in bad trouble. And they sort of just looked at me as if to say, well, what are we doing now, Dad?
The 747 is more than 6 miles above the ocean. Its engines appear to be burning, and the peculiar smoke continues to fill the cabin. And then the unthinkable happens.
Number 2, engine's gone.
All right, then. Begin the engine shutdown.
No, wait! Hold on. All 4 engines have failed.
The other 3 just went out almost immediately, and that's when it begins to be a serious emergency.
Those engines made a grating, rumbling sound, almost like a cement mixer. And then, gradually, the noise just disappeared and they became silent.
A minute and a half, we've gone from 4 engines running normally to having none.
The 747 has plenty of fuel, yet somehow all 4 of the jet's engines have completely stopped working.
Roger, declare emergency.
Mayday, 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 Speedbird 9. We have lost all 4 engines out of 370. Mayday, 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 Speedbird 9. We have lost all 4 engines out of 370.
With no engine power and no idea what has crippled their plane, British Airways Flight 9 begins falling from high.
Jakarta Control, Speedbird 9. We have lost all 4 engines. Now out of 360.
First Officer Roger Greaves issues a mayday, but he has trouble getting his message across.
Have you got a problem?
Jakarta Speedbird 9. We have lost all 4 engines. Repeat, 4 engines. Now descending through flight level 350.
Speedbird 9, you have lost number 4 engine?
This idiot doesn't understand. Jakarta Control, Speedbird 9. We have lost all 4 engines. Repeat, all 4 engines. Now descending through flight level 350.
The air traffic control at Jakarta, unfortunately, seemed to have a slight problem in understanding what we actually were saying.
4 engines.
Only when another plane nearby relays the mayday call do controllers in Jakarta understand.
Now descending through flight level 350.